back again with another live stream. This is going to be an important one for the real targets, for the real people that have been on the internet researching conspiracies, getting targeted by shadow agencies for their Google search history, YouTube watch history, flagged by the fucking beast system broadcast. This isn't no gang stalking simulation, talking circles, psychobabble. This is real shit that people have been through. Okay, this is stuff that's relatable to people that have been in this realm. So obviously, we're talking about the gang stalking. We're gonna be talking about the gematria. We're gonna be talking Pythagorean numerology. We're gonna be talking psyops, hoaxes, conditioning, psychological conditioning, the brainwashing. Like, just to make this like a long story short, right? Like, we know that there's the powers that be. There's the people in the backgrounds that run the banks. Okay, they're the Rothschilds, these type of people, right? The 13 Illuminati bloodlines. Like, they run the country, they're running the news, the media. They psychologically manipulate people in mass groups to do psyops and things like that. So, for an example, the Black Lives Matter protests. A bunch of people tore up Baltimore and Chicago and things like that. Now, what you don't realize is that happened right after the 5G rollout. Like, they were testing the 5G towers on how they can manipulate a bunch of ghetto people, low frequency people that whose minds have been manipulated through chemicals in the food, media, like rap, just people that are like, all right, let's see if we can do this, pump this frequency out and turn the city loose and see if it works, right? So that's what they're doing. They do psyops. They did things like QAnon. They did things like Pizzagate. So this is what we're talking about, right? People that are targeted, people that are TIs, you know all about this stuff. Okay, there's a new wave of targets. People call them fake targets. I'm not calling them fake, right? But they don't even know anything about Pizzagate. That doesn't process in their head, the powers that be, right? That doesn't process in their head that there's a group of people running the entire show and it's not all about their gang stuff. Now, some of these people are new targets. They're confused. They haven't gotten the right information yet. Some of them are mentally ill, people just pretending to be targets, and some of them are perps. All right. Most of it is the first two categories, right? So what people used to do, they used to put out content. Like, there used to be people like me putting out consistent content that if you're watching Gang Stalking, your head was on the right track. So people like Targeted Tony, people like Absent Minded Abe, people like Young Steel, Broken Matrix, these were good TIs at one point, giving out the overall picture of the program. Like, we live in a system that's controlled, okay? And there's things going on, and gang stalking is just one of those things. So the reason why a lot of people are targeted that are hard targets that are in the similar targeting as me, right? There's other reasons that people are targeted, but all of our internet history is being searched, saved, archived, studied by these fusion centers. They're putting it into algorithms. They're getting all your data off the internet overall. We're not talking about the gang stalking program. We're talking about the world here. They created a profile off of you, right? So before the internet, it was just people. It was random. There was murders. There was rapes. There's all types of things going on. And the police and the intelligence agencies had nothing to go off of. No security footage, nothing. They didn't know anything. It was just chaos. Now they have built a system where through your internet history, through locking everyone in, even Nerve Gorilla's internet history is saved. He doesn't know that. That's how powerful these people are. I don't care what he says. There's always an NSA agent or something that's gonna de-encrypt everything you do. There's always a back end. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what I know or how much knowledge I have in the field. That's just how advanced law enforcement is, right? So now they have, before anyone's committed a crime, they have this profile like, oh, well, he used to shop on Amazon. He buys these things off Amazon. When he fills out these surveys, he puts out this information. He's male. He's 5'10". His eyes are brown. They have that now. They have that for everyone, just based on all of the stuff you've done on your cell phone, on your computer, right? So that's on for everyone. Now for the TIs, this is what a TI used to be, right? For the most part, you research Pizzagate. You weren't a heavy researcher. You're not a QAnon. Some of you are. Some QAnon people are TIs now. They started off as QAnon idiots. Now they're targeted in the same program as a lot of us. They have no idea what gang stalking is. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You have a profile on you. Like they have a cyber profile. They have a whole cyber realm. If they wanted to, they could do like a fucking holographic version of you and have you walking around some sentient world simulation because they have so much information on you. So this is what real targets used to be. So between the years of 2013 to now, we're just going to use that time frame. You were researching things like Pizzagate, QAnon, you were researching things and learning about the 13 Illuminati bloodlines. You were looking into Freemasonry. That's where a lot of us on this list are from. Just the knowledge of Freemasonry can put you on this list without being like, let's say you're a person who never knew what Freemasonry was and you started Googling it like crazy. That can put you on a gang stalking list. And that doesn't necessarily mean the Freemasons are doing it. You're labeled as a threat. You're labeled as someone that's not a sheep if you're researching any of this stuff. The vast majority of people, and again, they give you a little buffer. Let's say you research Pizzagate once or twice. You're not on a gang stalking list. We're talking you've been looking into hours of Illuminati videos, numerology, gematria. There's things that are getting you flagged, that have basically nothing to do with terrorism, more that, oh shit, this guy's kind of waking up. You're in a system and they know you're waking up. Like there's probably like a red little fucking light or your name pops up on a screen when you quote unquote wake up, which is look at a certain amount of hours of these videos. So one of these videos is gematria. Okay. So I just explained that all to you. These people, whoever these people are, you can't really name names. You can point at organizations like the Trilateral Commission, the Club of Rome, the New World Order globalist people, whoever the fuck they are. They're ridiculously hard to identify, but they have an agenda is what you can identify them with, right? So if you start looking into gematria, like you're blowing their cover. Like one of their covers is, and we all know this until we got distracted by all of these fucking retards and all of these lying military LARPs on here talking about little girls. You knew what the fuck was going on. This is why you are really targeted. These are one of the reasons you're really being targeted right now. Not because some fucking 2020 Dateline stupid thing some fucking idiot saw and made something up in his head and then lies about the real stuff. This is the real shit, people, that there's people pulling stuff behind the strings. They're spinning stories on the news. Okay, they're creating fake news, and it's all because they have this vast plan. And I'm not saying the news is fake. I'm saying the people that are in charge can pay money to have a news story put out, and they fucking craft with magic spells, with gematria, with numerology, they craft this fucking elaborate hoax that's supposed to evoke a fucking response out of you and brainwash you to fucking act a certain way or to do an agenda later on. And these are like little building blocks, or like little molecules, and they'll just keep doing them and 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 doing them, right? So we all know about Viacom. Like, dude, the people that relate to my channel, relate to my type of targeting. Like there's different targetings out there. Like you don't have to know this stuff to be targeted, but you have to know something. You can't be some mentally ill, fucking schizophrenic, mentally ill retard that's not a threat to no one. And then the government wastes all those resources on you. They're gonna waste the resources on you because this is a way to eliminate people with their own mistakes, with their own. Like basically you're hooked up to a quantum computer and they're setting up these simulations and things in your real life of these patterns, of these neighbors, of these perps. And to have you it's an undetectable way of you fucking unaliving yourself, basically. Using technology and advanced technology. That's what it is. And they're researching, they're making money in the meantime. So let's go to the gematria. So the first thing we know about gematria, there's a lot of things I don't know about it. but there's things I know about it. So I'm not real big on the actual gematria. I'm big on Pythagorean numerology because we know about Freemasonry, we know about the number 33. So a lot of the hoaxes that were happening in the 2015, 14, and 16 area, they've kind of stopped that a lot. They're not doing the psyops as much. Like, we're talking about hoaxes where people basically die and there'll be a Freemason in the interview wearing a Freemasonic logo hat talking about the event. Oh yeah, so many people got hurt. Like, there was so many of those. I can find those and put those on my channel. That might be the next things I kind of do. So I used to actually know how to look up the calculators. Like, there's numerology calculators. So I would look up these names in some of these news events, not a lot of them, and they would equal 33. Like, there's certain last names that equal 33, and you'll see them all over TV. And it's because the Freemasons do run America. They do run like the entertainment. And there's something magical about this 33 name number connection. So if your last name is Johnson, that's a 33 name. Collins is a 33 name. And if you remember in the 80s and 90s and 70s and stuff, like athletes, everyone's name was Johnson. Oh, John Johnson or Jack Johnson, Steve Collins. These athletes, because of their name and like their birth charts, because their names are certain, like they're recruited by the Masons, they're given steroids as kids to become fucking famous athletes, to make it to the league. Like, it's part of a spell. Like, they have to be part of a role play, like in the simulation that these Freemasons, this illusion that they create with all their lives. These people are like fixtures, or like characters in a story. Oh, this is Steve Johnson. He's the best baseball player of all time. And that's John Collins. He's the best basketball player of all time. And that's Eddie Johnson. He used to play for the Celtics, and he's great. And but there's other names that mean 33 too. Collins and Johnson are ones I know off the top of my head. But you notice that almost every NBA and NFL player for forever, his name was Johnson for the NBA and NFL. Like, if your name was Johnson, you were black, you're going to the NFL, like, automatically. So these people were like these families, like the Johnson family, the Collins family. There's 13 Illuminati bloodline families. I don't know all of them. I have to kind of look that up, but there's two of them right there. Rothschilds is one of them. And basically, these people own all of the products, in America. Like, there's rich people that make it, right? There's rich people that become wealthy by themselves, like through the internet or through a business. But these people are already wealthy, like their families, and they're given products to sell, like Johnson and Johnson, where they're given the formulas to baby powder. And like, these are alchemy, like, this is the secret formula for KFC chicken. Like, those are real, like, Freemasonic secrets. Like, you can't replicate KFC. You can't replicate McDonald's. You can't replicate some of these formulas that these families, like the DuPonts, are like an Illuminati family. They did Teflon. Like, they got the formula for Teflon, the chemical formula is what I'm talking about. I'm not a chemist. I'm just speaking off the cuff here, best of my abilities, right? And I'm gonna fucking and Patton says his family name. My family names, no one knows my family or my name, supposedly. But if you were to Wikipedia for all the perps that do, my family is the first senators, the first governors of America. I had a person that invented a very important technology that's used for computers. He invented a computer algorithm that's used in cell phones, and it made processing of computers super fast. And that dude has the same birthday as me, the dude that invented that. Now, I've never met that person. He has the same last name as me too. He worked for a big computer company and created a very important algorithm, chipset type of thing. But I'm not going to say that because I don't want no girl would find out who it was. But we have the same exact birthday. Hence why I think I'm hooked up to a quantum computer. That's why I talk about that stuff. And I am hooked up to something where like black helicopters can fucking fly over my location nationwide and shit. And they do that. I've filmed it plenty of times, but for a little bit, like these airliners were kind of, and that might be in my head. Some of it is, like, I'll be honest with you, some of it I'm absolutely wrong about, but a little bit these airlines, these Boeings were like fucking like doing some weird shit, man. Like, so I don't know, man. At one point in my targeting, I was turning this, the sky was looking like a fucking zoo, like with all of these, there's satellite links, those drones. There was, like the thing I'm filming that me and Nerve Gorilla, where he calls it Jupiter, I don't think it's a drone. I actually think it's a satellite. Really looking at it and how it moves and what it does. I think you just gave him enough to figure. I thought you said you figured it out. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck did I say? We're fucking targeted pattern. No, if I said who it was, he could obviously just find out who I was. So I'm not gonna say it, but there's a lot of people that created algorithms for computers and things like that. So it's not like he's not famous. But I just find it fucking weird that we have the same birthday. Like one thing my family always says is that I'm gonna be rich or some shit. That's like a superstition they've been saying since I was a kid. I got a phone. But yeah, targeted patent is kind of. I think targeted patent is probably someone that's looked into like Pizzagate and he knows about that stuff too. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of TIs that just fucking that shit goes over their fucking head. They never even heard of it. And yeah, you could still be targeted. I'm not saying you're not, but come on, man. If you don't have the actual targeting evidence, you don't know shit about Pizzagate, you don't know about the powers that be, you don't know anything. Like, just reevaluate if you're really being gang stalked. Because there's people online telling you what gang stalking is. This is to not to patent. This is to random people on here. And like, people are telling you what it is. They're not hiding it from you. And like, you just say that's not gang stalking. Oh, those patterns and all that stuff. Oh, no, that's not it. Like, dude, we need to figure what this shit. Now, there's this. We're gonna go with what I think it is real quick, just if anyone's wondering what you're not. I think there's different versions. There's the V2K crap that I don't get that could be real, and I don't discredit people that get that. Okay. Now, I think that if you get that V2K shit, you're gonna get the directed energy shit too. Like, if you're getting that and it's nothing else, you're gonna get both of those things. It's not gonna be like I just get V2K. If you just get V2K and it's just people talking shit on you, it could be schizophrenia. Like, that's actually a symptom of it. You know, have you been institutionalized? Yeah, I've been institutionalized like 5 times, man. Yeah, I used to take medication. Okay, well, I'm not saying you're not targeted, but yeah, if you had a history of mental illness and then all you get is the hearing of voices and I'm trying to explain to you the patterns and you're like, no. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't speak on people that I don't call. If you get directed energy, I'm not calling you fake. I just see how you react to the regular gang stalking shit too. Because if you're not getting that and you don't understand that, and you just think, oh, you just come online and say that you're getting zapped, like, I'm gonna question you. And I'm not talking about you, Abe. Stop getting your fat little orange titties in a bunch. I'm talking about people like Cliff Few, asshole. Like, Cliff Few is full of crap, dude. I think he has a mental illness, and you can't force me to believe in Cliff Few. You just can't do that. And that's slavery, dude. Someone saying some outlandish crap. Oh, you have because it's directed energy. You have to believe I'm Abe. No, Marlo. No, dude. I don't have to believe some psycho. Now, if they're actually credible, yeah, of course I believe them. Someone like Michael Barden's talking about it, I'm gonna believe it more than Cliff Few. Okay, like, I'm not trying to discredit people's evidence here, because some people, maybe you are going through some weird program that I don't fucking understand, dude. Like, shit. But at the end of the day, there's people that come on here and then you're talking about the actual program, you're talking about all this stuff, and it just goes over their head and they're just having fun high-fiving each other. And it's like a club. No, dude, like, what are you going through? Oh, I can't explain anything I'm going through. I can't do it. I'm targeted. I can't tell you. a secret. I don't have time. Like, dude, I don't have time to play guessing games with perps online if you're targeted or not for 5 years, because they'll play that game with you. Oh, you think I'm a TI? Well, I'm never going to talk about it, and I'm never going to show you anything. We'll just talk about how I'm targeted. No, dude, you don't have to believe I'm targeted either. But the whole fucking point is, there has to be a baseline of what it is. It used to be when you were saying you're a gang stalked, the word itself is what it was. Gang stalked. You went outside, people were outside following. Now it doesn't mean that, though. We've changed the meaning of it. It's a feeling. I feel like I'm chosen. I feel like I'm 144. I feel. Can you prove it? No. You're mean. You're making me prove things. But I have to prove shit constantly. Does that make any fucking sense, though? So I'll tell you what I think it is. So there's the V2K EMF sector where people just get that shit. And I believe that's real. I believe there's fucking nefarious people zapping people with energy weapons. I just don't believe everyone claiming it. I believe it's a real thing. There's people that have come on and shown burns. It's real. Right? There's also mentally ill people pretending or thinking that. Okay? Now, the second thing is the real deal is you get directed energy, you're getting all that crap, and then you're getting followed in real life constantly for at least a long period of time, where every time you go outside, you can provably pick up your phone, oh, red shirts all over the place, or one headlights all over the place, or my car's been vandalized again, or they broke into my house again, or it's people. Like, it seems like people are hired to do stuff because weird shit's happening to you. Like, that's why people kind of assume, oh, they must be getting paid because they're putting all this effort. That's the whole thing I'm saying. It's people putting in effort. Let's give Targeted Patton for an example. His brother is putting an effort in gang stalking him. Okay? He's like, this is what I'm saying. I'm not calling people like Targeted Patton fake, but Targeted Patton. No one's close to you, dude. Like, no one's close to your testimony or what you're saying. I'm not saying you're like the realest target, but you have an actual brother who is physically gang stalking, who's physically creating sock accounts, who hates you. You also have, you claim that you have your neighbors in on it too, or there's cars that will come out in the middle of these country roads and things like that. That's solid. That's a solid gang stalking stories. But there's people that don't even understand what you're talking about when you say shit like that, and we're just like, oh, they're real. Dude, they don't know. No offense to them, they don't know what they're talking about. Like, Cliff Few doesn't talk about people following him. Now, he does have some weird gargling in his fucking stomach, but like, at the end of the fucking day, dude, like, see, he's part of something. That's why I put him in the category. I don't understand what you're going through. I don't think you're a perp. But there's also a real gang stalking thing where people fuck with you 24/7. It seems like the whole community's after you at one point. Like they are staging cars. Like, that is a real thing. Like, the stuff I'm showing with the license plates, those are real. Like, they are staging those cars in some of these apartment complexes. Like, I'll drop off food at apartment complex. It'll have 10 PSYOP plates. Not every single one. This one specific one, right? So this one specific one had all of these vanity plates, all these weird plates. Then I go back and all of those plates are gone when I go on another delivery weeks later in the same location. You should at least see some of those people there. One at the same exact time. It was in the morning. It's probably like 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know who's doing it. I don't know why they do it. I don't think it's harassment. I don't think the whole city's meeting up, oh, this is going to piss him off if we park these cars here. But it's a part of something. I can't, I'm being honest about it. I'm not saying, oh, the government. Like, I don't know who's doing that. But it's being done and I can prove it. It doesn't happen to anyone fucking else. Okay? It's like a simulation or something. It's weird. The only thing I can think of is a military quantum computing system that they're testing out on certain people or something. Or we live in a simulation. But either way, I'm not going to go out and hurt someone and make up things and put people down rabbit holes like these other targets. They want you to hurt someone. There's fake targets. I think Abe is one of these people who he's always angry. What is he angry about? What the fuck is he angry about? Where he's always on the edge of, I'm gonna go hurt someone, and the police never get him in trouble. But if I said those same things, I'd be getting a wellness check from what Nerf Gorilla, right? Fuck, I'm digressing. Targeted Journey makes a good point. How come you haven't given Target TV on some real advice on what targeting doesn't look like? Because he's not targeting. Now, Targeted Journey, I don't think you're real. This is why, because you're into witchcraft. So you're into witchcraft and you seem to be like an Eastern Star, but you have shown a little, like your story makes sense too. Like when I'm talking shit on people nowadays, I'm not nitpicking. Like I used to do that for entertainment, basically, calling people perps because that's what people like to see. I've never hidden from that fact. But these people have taken over this algorithm. You know, we have the tarot card people, but it's not that they're not TIs. Like people like Targeted TV. It's not that they're not targets that I'm gonna go out my way. No, it's that they're reinventing gang stalking. Gang stalking no longer means gang stalking. Okay, that's why I even been giving perps credit. I actually like perps now because you know why I like perps? Those are some hardworking fucking people coming on making these YouTube fucking videos, dude. Running these psyops and shit, doing it day after day. Like I give Abe a little bit of credit if he's a perp, right? They're coming on at least entertaining us or something. Like, come on, man, we got these new group of people. They don't acknowledge that gang stalking means people are tracking your cell phone and following you, and they're doing things to piss you off pretty much the rest of your life. That's what it means. And then on top of that, they'll break in, they'll vandalize. There's drones, there's helicopters, there's all this shit on top of it, right? That's what it is. We got people like Targeted TV coming in, doing all this noise. And he's a fake target. And I'm not allowed to call him a fake according to the community. People like Patton, don't call Targeted TV a fake. Don't do it. Bro, Patton, that makes you look like a perp, bro. It does. Targeted Fact Channel, that makes you look like a perp. I'm allowed to call Targeted TV a perp if I damn well feel like it. He's a perp. He's fake. He doesn't even know. If you sat and talked to him, he said you were crazy because you see the tactics. That's all he's been saying. Oh, you guys talk about these tactics. You're schizophrenic. Oh, you're crazy. Come on, man. If I'm such a perp, why don't I call you crazy for putting out evidence? When I go to your evidence and be like, you're crazy. Come on, man. Brandon Q's the same way. This is why I call these people out, dude. They're enemies of people trying to put out real testimony. Like Targeted TV is your enemy if you're a targeted individual. Not because he's fake, it's because he won't acknowledge that the program exists, yet he will masquerade as a TI. Think of the logic. Think of the fucking logic. And if I call him fake, Target Patton, he's gonna take time out. And I'm using you as an example, Patton, you're not that bad. There's a group, it's literally a hunting ground of people. Every time I call someone a fake that's an obvious fake, they get so butthurt. They say I'm destroying the community. No, the people destroying the community are the mentally ill people. God bless them. I'm not making fun of them. You've never seen me make fun of a mentally ill person. The small percentage of mentally ill people coming on here that don't even understand what gang stalking is. They just always thought they were being followed because they're paranoid, delusional, schizophrenic. And someone else is confirming their delusions online, you know, and there's no vetting process of who's a target. And then people, you know who's the worst at this? And I still like their channel. I'm not knocking their channel because they're doing better than me in this regard. I'm not saying they're a bad person, but Targeted Individual United. I like his channel idea, but come on, dude, this shit where you say everyone's a TI that's saying crazy shit. Like, come on, that has to stop, dude. When it's all in your head. Oh, I used to do crystal meth and I started hearing voices. I did crystal, like, dude, this is an example. And this is stuff you really hear. Oh, I started doing crystal meth and then I started hearing voices and I would stay up. I started getting sleep deprived. They started sleep depriving me. It's like, dude, you did meth. That's not sleep. There's nobody hitting the button keeping you up at night. It's the fucking drugs you did. That's your choice. That's what you want to do. Like, fuck, dude. Like, and then we just automatically, but people like Conspiracy Underground, people like Absent Minded Abe, who's dug his own grave, but he's shown evidence. People like Targeted Journey, who's dug their own grave. I've dug my own grave, but I've shown evidence. We all shown the real shit on our. How can we be fake, but we're the only people showing it? That doesn't make fucking a lot of logical sense. We're the fake ones. Everyone else with no evidence that doesn't know what it is, they're the real targets. But you with the evidence, you're fake, you're crazy. Get out of here. You're haters. Because for people on the internet, you think this is a competition of who. Like, I used to be like that too when I first got on, because everyone just ignores everyone. I didn't know that was the deal. So yeah, I craved a little attention my first few months. Called out people, made fucking dumb videos and things, right? But I'm not in a competition with anyone. Like, I'm not, when I see someone posting evidence, I'm not sitting there saying they're fake, dude. I've never done that. No one's posted evidence. The only person that's posted evidence, and I think that this person's a perp, is Targeted Tony. That's it. It's the only person that posted consistent evidence. Broken Matrix has actually shown some evidence too. He doesn't get enough credit. Okay, but that is right. Like, when Patton and other people are saying, when I'm arguing with Broken Matrix for whatever 3 years, and I'm not doing that. That's Broken Matrix doing that with Young Steel. Even Young Steel has shown evidence. When Young Steel goes outside, if you notice in every video he goes outside, there's always a noise campaign every fucking time. Okay, there is a noise campaign, and I've drove to Virginia. There's people that will race up and Dodge Chargers with noisy ass Dodge Chargers and run up on my bumper, because I drive through Virginia to go to my parents' house. They'll run up and they'll fuck. There is a little gang stalking program operating there. Like, that noise campaign, when I was getting it in the beginning, was they have BMWs. They make them sound like gunshots. It'll go like pop, 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 and it literally sounds louder than a gunshot. And that would be my version. I haven't gotten that in almost a year now, but. So the people that show even the tiniest bit of evidence are good in my book. Like, but anyways, I'm going off topic. Gang stalking is this. It's all this weird shit that happens with computers, airplanes, and all that, drones. There's that involved, but it's basically, you're in your house, people are fucking with you. They have access to your phone, you're hacked, basically. And they follow you in public and do the techniques. They do the patterns. That's always what it's been. So that's what I mean by that. So I'm over that conversation, but I have to waste my breath on almost every live stream explaining this shit, because we have so many fucking, and I'm not talking about the old school fakes who I liked watching their fucking channels because I want to see what fake shit they're gonna do next. But these new school fakes, it's just like, this is an internet fad at this point. This is a trend to say you're gangster. There's people that are mainstream people talking about this now. Pockets of the Futures mentioned it. Owen Benjamin, Alex Jones. People are actually, like, they know more than you. These people know more than you about the topic, and you've been posting for 5 years. Like, stop. Those aren't real people. They're, no offense, they're mentally ill. How does someone that's a general public person that doesn't even, a skeptic of it 5 years ago, they're finally hearing about it now? Oh yeah, that means the government's following you, right? Gang stalking is only when the government follows you, and then the people are, no, it's when you're chosen. It's when you're a chosen one, and it's when your dick is zapped with electronic energy every night. No, it's not the government following you. It's not the government. People like Abe and shit. That's what they do. They're perps. And yeah, I'm gonna be coughing because I'm smoking. I haven't smoked yet. So we have people like King Man's, oh, these perps be coughing, they be coughing. He wears red in every video. And he says I cough because I hit fucking bowls through. I'm in my 30s. I've been smoking for 20 years, dog. I'm just now coughing. You know, your lungs get weaker and shit. I don't cough like, these people are fucking idiots, bro. Like, I'm serious. People are such mental. And King Mansa is mentally ill in my book. I'm not discrediting him as a target because he does seem like a real target. But I think the program screwed and scrambled his brain into mush at this point. Everything's gangster. He's persecutory delusions. I have it too. But anyways, the numerology, this is how this shit works. I told you about the 33s. My name is 33, not my full government name, but the name, like, let's say my name is Alexander and I go by Alex Alvarez. That would be 33, right? But Alexander Alvarez isn't. It doesn't mean something bad. I think it's like something to do with birth charts and like star charts and things. And like this is what I'm talking about. The powers that be, the Freemasons, the people, the occult members. They know all about that secret knowledge. Oh, his birth chart. He was born on April 20th, 1989, on fucking this solstice on this moon and this, that, and their third. So when your name is 33, you can be a good guy. It just means that you're going to be a person of a significance or something, right? A prominent person, a powerful person sometimes. Sometimes it's your family naming you that to, like your name could be Charles Johnson. I think that's a dual 33 name. Or I'll give you a dual 33 name right now. Elizabeth Johnson. That's a 30. That is someone whose parents planned that, okay? This is the knowledge that I was learning. I was also starting to learn the orange equals 33. The checkerboard pattern is a pattern, black and white duality. So I went from not learning Freemasonry at all, and I was never targeted up until this point. I didn't even know what Freemasonry was. Like first time I seen it, I was working a job or somewhere, and I seen the symbol. And when I seen the Freemasonic symbol, the compass with the G in it, I said, that's so familiar. I felt like an eerie feeling. Like, that's just so familiar. Like, what is that? So I Googled it, and I'm like, symbol with G, and then it said Freemason. And then I didn't study it for years. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And 3 years later is when I actually learned about the 33. I learned it from this dude on YouTube, Russian vids, 33, all this stuff, right? I'm just giving you the very first grade knowledge of it. I barely know anything, right? But I started punching everything in the calculator. I started finding out basically the Freemasons. This is how I became targeted, I believe. It's not from the Freemasons exactly, but I basically found out the Freemasons do run and all of their codings. It was like the movie A Beautiful Mind and shit when he sees the codes. So I was seeing all the coding. Oh, I was looking up every celebrity. I was looking up the signals. I was like, oh, all these celebrities have the hand on chin. Then from there, I learned that these Freemasons, like people like Barack Obama has a trainee wife. Like when you are in a Freemason, you're being pushed to the top by the Masons, your wife has to be a trainee. Like that's one thing. It's like the feminine duality goddess things that they worship. So a lot of these celebrities, I wouldn't say a lot, but a certain percentage of these celebrities are male to female trainees. That's the next thing I learned. So I'm learning a lot of information. I'm watching videos on the Illuminati, just playing Xbox and listening to that shit in the background. So in my internet history, I've spoken on this before, you're going to see 4,000 hours of Freemasonry videos and 2,000 hour Illuminati videos. Like this is red flags. I was also posting on 4chan, so it became this big ass mess. And I was posting on YouTube talking about Freemasonry, exposing it, trolling them. I troll a lot of the Freemasons as a form of psychological warfare, demoralization campaigns. So I'm doing all this stuff. And I'm being flagged in the background. Okay, that's just my targeting story. Now, a lot of you people like Targeted Journey, if she's real, right? And people don't give her enough credit compared to these fakes. Like, we'll say anyone's real on here. Targeted Journey, if she's real, she talks about the Michael Brown shit. She said that Michael Brown died and the news contacted her to be onto the news, right? Like they got her cell phone number and contacted her to basically be like a crisis actor. So she has knowledge on all this shit, Kanika Jenkins and all that shit. See, that's the real targeting, like the Kanika Jenkins, like these Basically, this is what the real targeting is. Like these, and it's gonna be mostly black Freemasons. These people are killing people. They're doing Illuminati, black boule sacrifices of people. Like you see it with Jennifer Hudson. You see it with all these people. Like Michael Brown. What's his name? Who's the kid in Florida? Trayvon Martin. His dad was a Freemason. His dad did sacrifice his son. Like people think Trayvon Martin was fake. Trayvon Martin's dad's a Freemason, and George Zimmerman. I guarantee George Zimmerman's a Freemason. And these people behind the scenes set that whole scenario up. You know, these Freemasons can actually brainwash and mind control people. So they might have, I'm just using it as, this probably didn't happen, but they could have been mind controlling Trayvon Martin to steal stuff from cars, to have George Zimmerman to have an excuse to shoot him, right? Like it's all set up. You know what I'm saying? Like they do mind control people. Like they can mind control low carnal people and set up these witchcraft scenarios. So let's say you're sacrificing someone. You're not just going into their house and running up and shooting them with a gun. The sacrifice is a ritual for a goddess or some type of deity that these people worship, and it's gonna bring them money. Like in the Matrix, they're gonna get money from it, and they're gonna be good for the rest of their lives, and it's a guaranteed lot. And life is extended. Like instead of them dying in a car accident, they live to 90, and they're gonna guarantee that you're gonna live to 90. You're gonna get a payday. You're not gonna have to work hard the rest of your life. You just have to sacrifice your kid. Like it's not gonna be you sacrifice your kid, you don't get nothing out of it. Then the whole spell doesn't work. So that's the real target. Like Kanika Jenkins, like some black people have an energy, right? Where like let's talk about people like athletes. It's gonna be the easiest way to see what I'm talking about, and singers and things like that. But it's not all about that. There's other energies for other things. These white people have this shit too, but white people aren't being sacrificed by the Freemasons. Okay, if you look at all these celebrities, these white celebrities, you don't hear about their family members dying, bro. You don't hear about any of tragedies like that to the big name white celebrities. And it's because they're harvesting energy. Like certain black people, yes, they are talented, they are gifted, right? So like let's talk about Deion Sanders, right? In his prime, like how fast that guy was. Like no one is that fast. Like that's a magic power. Like he's like a superhuman, basically. You know, I think he probably was on coke and shit, but he's still a superhuman. Deion Sanders, like how fast he is. No one is that fucking fast. Tyreek Hill, no one's that fucking fast. Like that's not just because he's black or some shit. That's because these people have a powerful energy with them. These singers and things like that. Beyonce has an energy that's like a magical human energy. Now, white people have this shit too. I just, you know, they definitely have it. They have a different, I think everyone has a different magical power, basically. Like Asians have their own power, white people have their own hidden powers, black people have their own hidden powers, Muslim people have their own hidden powers. But the black energy is something that, I don't know, people want that. Like people want Beyonce's energy. They want Deion Sanders. They want to just be around these people, LeBron James and things. Like their soul energy or some shit. That's what's being harvested, like in these Freemason black boule rituals. And that's why they're getting these paydays. Oh, that black kid, we're not going to talk about athletes. That black kid, Trayvon Martin, for example, he may not have been like something crazy, but he could have been a powerful, influential person on a small scale. Like, and they just could sense that about him. Like, oh, he's going to be tall. He's going to be strong. He's going to be intimidating. Like, I'm pretty sure he wasn't like crazy smart or nothing, but he could have had a soul path that these people, through the numerology, through the gematria, through the birth, and they can figure out people's futures, right? So there's different levels to targeting. Like there's different reasons. Like the government targeting is probably the least one you got to be worried about, really. But this is the type of knowledge that I have that I'm being targeted for, and a lot of TIs are the same. We just don't vocalize it because we're dealing with low frequency people. Low frequency. Like, and it's nothing wrong. Like, again, I want to educate these people. That's why some of the stuff I make the videos, some of it why I'm harsh and stuff. If you don't know about this shit, I want to kind of educate you because you're stepping into our realm as TIs when it comes to these conspiracies and this knowledge and this hidden knowledge. Like, you're stepping into our realm. Don't come in here with no evidence, not knowing the program, not knowing the ins and out, not knowing who's attacking you, and then you're the one with the big platform. No, that's not how this shit fucking works, dude. You got to take heed to the knowledge. You don't know everything. You're not going to know everything as a TI. Like, just think of the logic. If these people can withhold your finances, withhold you from getting relationships, they can withhold information from you. They can make sure you don't see information that's going to help put the puzzle pieces together. So anyone that's acting like they know fucking everything with no evidence on their channel, denying, people like Targeted TVs is a prime example. There's a lot of these people on here that they're just coming on here and they're just loudmouths and they just know everything. Or the other side of the coin, they don't know shit. They know a little bit about the program, but the little bit they do know is they want to attack people in the public. Oh, I want to knock a gang stalker out. I want to attack a gang. You don't even know what's going on for you to attack these people. You have no fucking idea. You just want to have a reason because your life fucking sucks. You heard, this is what I'm mad at right here, people. It's not real or fake. Your life sucks. You hear about gang stalking. That's the greatest excuse you could ever come up why your life sucks. Then you're gonna be like, oh, everyone I see that I confuse for a gang stalk, I'm gonna go attack them. Nah, fuck you people. People like Paul Toussaint. Like, fuck you. And then Patton, oh, you shouldn't say Paul Toussaint. Oh, the dude that's threatening to beat people up with baseball bats, that's making all TIs look like crazy, violent animals that need to be put in cages. Oh, don't say anything about him. But the people showing evidence. The people showing the fucking evidence that you don't like what their opinion is on this and that. They're the worst thing in the community. No, the guy swinging the baseball bat. He's the one that's keeping everyone away from each other in the community. The guy swinging the fucking baseball bat in the red hoodie claiming to be a targeted individual. Yeah, I'm going to go out. He's the one that's the reason the community's not together. Not the guy that's talking fucking sense, that's helping you come to realizations of what's going on through common sense, that you're drudging through all these videos to find someone speaking sense. You find that one person speaking sense, and he's the reason the community's not coming together. Get out of here, man. This is just clown shit, and it's not Patton. It's literally the whole community, and they're doing it as a guilt shame tactic to shame me. It's a psychological perp tactic, basically, to shame me not to make videos, to make the videos. Oh, say everyone's around. You should only make kumbaya videos. Why can't you make a feel good? Because I'm targeted. I'm not making feel good videos because I'm being targeted still, bro. Like, I'm still suffering. I'm not making feel good Disney movies for you. Sorry. This isn't Disney Channel, dude. Like, the simple fact that I'm trying to make you make sense of this, I'm telling you, don't attack people because those are random innocent people. And that's way worse than what you're going through is an innocent person being jumped or being hurt. Because this is no touch torture, and you want to do touch torture without even finding out that person's a gang stalker. Like, oh, well, they're doing the symbolism. Well, do you know why? Do you know if they did it by accident or not? Or that shit's crazy though. But then a person coughing because they have a cold and they smoke weed on all of their live streams, dude. Like, that's just insane. If you a target individual and you smoking weed with someone and they start coughing and you think that's perp behavior, like, you need to go to a doctor now. That your brain can't process. There's smoke going in that person's lungs. People cough all the time with weed. I used to have a roommate when I was younger who coughed like a madman every time he hit a blunt because he hit it so hard. I didn't think that was on purpose. I'm like, damn, you stupid as shit. You should probably not hit it that hard. Like, he inhaled the blunt. You could see him inhaling as hard as he could and holding it in. And he would cough his ass off nonstop. And that's supposed to be, you're the normal person because a person coughing from hitting a blunt triggers you and it doesn't trigger me. So you're the TI. You're the good guy in society. You want to hurt people. Okay. Yeah, let me sign up for that. Dude, do you know what you're signing up for when you accept people like that though? Like you're signing up to be basically a terrorist. When the whole community consensus is, oh, we all need to go out hurt some gang stalkers. Like, come on, dude. You have no vision. Like you set up this dynamic. It's us versus the gang stalkers. But do you know if all those people are gang stalkers, or are you making that up in your head? Because there's people online that think everyone outside of their fucking house right now is a gang stalker sent and paid by the program. There's people promoting that idea that they just handing out thousands of dollars to everyone outside your neighborhood to just be there. So when you look out the window, you see them. Or are they outside because they're outside? I'm just sick of it, bro. There's people, and again, I thought like this because there's so many people that brainwashed me in the TI community, not the perps, the mentally ill TIs that I thought, I'm gonna give you my thought about it. I thought every car basically was potentially someone being paid to drive by me, dude. In the very beginning, like the very first few months of this, because of what I heard online. So every single car, like there's a paycheck, there's a monetary transaction for every car going by, like, or 70% of the cars. Like, it's all theater, it's all made up. For what's the purpose though? What's the purpose though? So let's say I go outside and there's 50 cars that drive by. No, let's say there's 150 cars. I'm walking to the gas station right here. There's 200 cars that drive by, and 80 of them were gang stalkers, but they didn't have any colors or nothing. Like, I couldn't even notice. So 200 cars, 80 were gang. They paid 80 people just to whiz by me, dude, just to create like a scene. And there's a group of people, and they're just sitting back. We're just gonna whiz 80 cars every time we go outside. We're gonna whiz 80 cars. And they have a payroll department. And they're saying, click and enter, send money to PayPal, send cryptocurrency. And that's the rest of your life. They're going to be doing that specific tactic. Oh, there's going to be 90 cars that just whiz by them. And we're just going to pay these 90 people and organize them. He's going outside right now. He's leaving right now. Oh, wait, he's going back inside. Oh, cancel it. Oh, he's going back up to resend it, send the money again. Stop it. Stop, dude. They want you to think that. Yes, they are sending people to your GPS location. Yeah, that can include vehicles. But they want you to tell people that, oh, look, mom, dad, look, come outside. Look at all these cars. Look, that's a gang star. There's one right there. There's one. And if you ask that person, how do they know? Oh, the program, they're paying them. They're held a secret. There's people promoting that. And then your answer is, let's go out and hurt some people. Do you see the psyop in that? Do you see the psychological, or are you fucking retarded? Or do you not know anything about Gematria, the Freemasons, the powers that be? Have you been watching too much Absent-Minded Abe? Like what? What's the deal, dude? What's the fucking deal? And again, that's why I talk shit here about people. Oh, don't call this person out, or don't call them out on that behavior. No, dude, I'm gonna call out whoever the fuck I feel like, dude. Because I'm not being associated with a bunch of fucking violent, mentally ill people. Okay? That doesn't help me. Like, this is what the TI, and this is what I'm going to end this and shit on. The TI community expects you to abandon everything to join the mentally ill Paul Toussaints of the world. Quit your job. They're targeting you anyway. Just quit. Stop trying to work. They're going to workplace mob you. Don't buy a car. They're going to vandalize all your cars. Don't do this. Don't buy clothes. They're going to put holes in all your clothes. And just abandon everything and be like, okay, well, if they're going to do this, well, let's go out and just fuck up some gang stuff. They won't let me live. They won't let me live. They won't let me make money. Think about that. You have the opportunity as a TI to be a normal person in society. I'm going to give you the path right now. You're going to be targeted. There's going to be people fucking, but you can still have a normal relationship. You can meet a normal person. And it can get sabotaged, but who cares? You just keep going. You find another relationship or whatever, right? If that's your issue in this targeting, you get a good job, you can take care of yourself, you have money in your bank, bills aren't going to be an issue. Maybe you can even buy a house. Like, this is all possible. Buy a car, buy a house. That's option A. Like, you're in a bad situation, so work, buy your car, buy your house, get you an apartment. It's all possible if you put the work in, right? But you might be targeted. You might have things go wrong with the car. You might have a break in here and there. You might have some little minor vandalism, right? But overall, you have an opportunity where that can stop. Like, they can slow down to a halt. They get tired of targeting you, right? You can still talk about it, but overall, your mindset is, I want to live a fucking normal life. I'm tired of making these videos. I'm tired of talking about this shit. I've been through enough. I want to enjoy what little life I have. And yeah, I'm gonna be targeted, but we don't know how hard that targeting is gonna be, or how whatever. We don't know. Or your other option is quit. They're gonna gang stalk you anyways. Quit. They following me. Nah, that's not fair. I have to go to work, and someone's gonna follow me to work. Nah, I just watched King Manson. King Manson said there's bullshit. They're gonna fuck up every. Oh, I'm never gonna buy a car. I'm gonna just take the bus everywhere. I'm gonna ride my bike. Fuck that. They're gonna workplace mom me. Fuck that. I'll just get on disability. I'm just gonna live homeless. I'm gonna live in a tent. I'm gonna get disability. I'm gonna live in a tent. I'm gonna get food stamps. That way, and I'm gonna talk about this the rest of my life, and I'm gonna get angrier. I'm gonna get angry, and I'm gonna blame everyone. I'm gonna blame more and more people on it. Why would you choose that? So some other TI can feel good about himself? Like, fuck you. You guys are pieces of shit. These people want you to be on the same level with them, the low level that they're on, so they can feel good. Oh, he's a real target. He's homeless like me. He's a real target. He's like, dude, if I can make money, I can come back and help the community. Let's say I'm making a job. I'm smart enough to become a fucking lawyer, right? I'm never gonna do that. But I'm just giving you an example. And I'm making $15,000 or $20,000 a week. I can come back to the community. Yo, here's 10K, bro. Here, get on your feet. That'll be nothing to me. If I'm making $400,000 a year, which is possible if you're smart, but yo, here, you're homeless. You're a TI here. I can go one by one. Here's $5,000. You're here. Let's get you a used car. Let's get some clothes. Here, let me cash app you. They don't want you to be successful. The only way you can even beat this is to be successful. That's the only potential way. Being a low-life idiot, working low-end jobs, and again, we have to work the jobs that we can get. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, if that's your mindset for the rest of your life, like you're not trying to get a better job, they're just going to target me. I'm not going to try to get a better. They're just going to target me there. Bro, you're targeting yourself at that point. You're letting them tell you what you can and can't have. So I'm not the best TI, but I'm at least promoting, yo, clean your fucking house up, bro. Like, get your shit done. Get your shit in order. I showed you guys how to make a successful YouTube channel as far as a TI, not as a YouTuber. How to get more views, people steal that. And I'm just saying, like, I've shown you how to make money on the internet before my channel got deleted. All while being targeted. So at the end of the fucking day, like, you decide what you want to do with your life. It doesn't matter if you're targeted or not. And honestly, you guys ain't showing enough evidence to say, oh, this program just full spectrum dominates your life. You're not showing that. And I'm not showing that either. And I'm not making that claim. So these people are trying to brainwash you to be fucking low lives, dude. And some of them are perps. Some of them are just stupid ass people. But if you're not on the same bottom of the totem pole as them, you're a perp. Oh, he has money. He's a perp. He went to school. He's a perp. He got a car. He's a perp. He did this. He's like, dude, we just need to end this community. Seriously, we just need to end these. Like, just stop making these videos, dog. Like, you don't. show the proof no more. That's the kind of the deal now. Like we don't not first is let me go over the stages. First, everyone had to show proof. Then I started showing way more proof than everyone. Now you don't have to show proof. Now the proof is fake, right? So I stopped showing proof. But now it's not a requirement to show proof, right? But at least you know what the program is. At least you know what it is. You know, I have no problem with that. Now you don't have to know what the program is anymore to be an expert in gang stalking. A matter of fact, and then it went from that to if you know what the program is and you talk about the tactics and the techniques and you document it, you're the perp. You're the bad guy. Those are the fake ones. This is all spiritual. Like, nah, bro, this is a joke. We're seen as a joke. When I first came in here, we were like a serious community. Everyone took this shit serious. And people are going to turn around and blame it on me. No, dude, it's the fucking crazies that people are making fun of. When will you admit that? It's not Abe. It's not Targeted Pat. It's not Journey. It's not King Mansa. It's the fucking absolute insane people making crazy claims that they're not even proving that the people that Burger Boy are making fun of. And those are the people with the biggest platforms in this community. So, I mean, I know why I'm targeted. There's so many reasons. I can go into very lengthy detail on things that are my fault on why I'm targeted. Now, I'm not a criminal. I'm not anyone that did anything nefarious. But when you're talking about the powers that be and the things I did to troll them, I know I'm targeted. Do you know why you're targeted? Jesus Christ, who's targeted Pat. But I've been researching mental health. A lot of red fat from Pat. I thought he was talking about the community. Targeted Patton is not mentally ill, dude. Like, he's not. He's like me, somewhat. Well, he's probably more extreme than me, but he used to do drugs and shit back in the day. Like, he's fucking pretty smart. But if he has any problems, it's from someone that used to do drugs back in the day, not mental illness. He's not mentally ill at all. He's just too nice to perps. Pretty much it. The targeted individual United Chance starting to turn into an Ella Free type situation. I've never heard of Ella Free, but I don't like those type of people. These older targets, they usually have a decent testimony and they usually know about the program. So they're better than the new people, but Ella Free sounds like some old English bit. Like these UK targets. I don't like UK targets. Not the older ones, but the UK ones. They seem like shills. Like, I'll be honest, Target Individual United, great channel. Great idea. No one's hating on that idea. It's a great idea. But his testimony, not calling him a perp, it's weak testimony. Let's just say that. Basically, he lost his ability. It's all mental. This is what I'm talking about. All this mental. He won't talk about the physical, who's involved. I don't like that. I do not like that. Okay, even Kevin Christian, even Target Individual, he says names. I don't believe him, but he's saying, oh, it's the Howard Circle boys. They're doing remote normal. It makes sense. It logically, in a sci-fi movie, makes sense. With T.I. United, it's just like, I lost my ability to speak for 20 years. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. He never, and that doesn't make him a perp. He probably went through some crazy shit. Sounds like he did. He seems genuine, but the only reason I give him credit because he has such a good platform and he's at least putting out testimony. So I'm not going to discredit him, but that type of testimony, when it's not coming from him, because he is doing a service, I'm not talking about him, but I'm talking about that specific style of testimony where it's just like you're kind of woozy headed, like you don't know anything. Oh, ooh. Like, you know, in Street Fighter, when you get beat up in Street Fighter and you're just woozy, that's what his testimony is. Who's doing it? Is it the government? Are they using weapons on you? Who do you think is doing it? Are humans involved? Like, did you ever meet with a perp in real life? Do they follow you? He won't answer none of that. It was horrible. It's horrible. It's just that woozy. You have to believe me because it was so traumatic that I'm woozy headed type of deal. So again, because he's putting out other people's testimonies, I will not call him a perp because he's doing good. He's bringing credibility. But those styles of testimony are usually, this is what I'll say. I'm not specifically talking about him. I'm just saying that style of testimony, that vague shit, is someone that doesn't know how to lie off the fly and doesn't want to, they don't like lying, but they have to come on here and just vaguely pretend to be a target. Not speaking on him, but there's plenty of people with that similar style of testimony. What makes him real because he knows what the program is. He knows what it is and he's having people talk about it. Okay. He's just being really nice about it, but that style of testimony, I don't know anything. It was so bad. Oh, my head hurts. It's like, who's doing it? What is it? Does it happen at night? And they won't answer anything because they don't want to get caught lying. So it's always this vague testimony, woo, woo, where you see the stars and it just woos in. I call it the Street Fighter 2 testimony, basically. When you beat up the guy in Street Fighter and they don't hit you back, they have a period where they're like woozy headed and they can't move, and you can just do any move on them. So, but Ella Free, just by that name, just sounds fucking fake. She sounds like some fucking wool sweater wearing little English maiden that comes on YouTube. Oh, the talking is so vast, such a vast talking. Now, under the word, it actually has quote unquote evidence. Like for a UK target, she has more evidence than anyone else that I think. But usually the UK people, like Rachel Caruso, it's always just them talking in front of a camera. Like, oh, it's always like they're held hostage too. Oh, I have a handler and they won't let me leave. They won't let me pay the bills. Oh, they're holding me hostage for me rent. It's always that type of situation where like they're this helpless English person and like there's a perp holding them hostage or something, but you never see the perp. There's no test of like evidence of anything. Like English targeting is definitely different from American. That's for a fact. You know. I'm not trying to convince TIs anything they don't already know. I'm trying to spread awareness to the general public. So Perp and TI both are evidence that the program exists. Yeah, I said you're doing a good job, but I don't know. You expect me, what you think I'm saying is, oh, you got to be mean to mentally ill people. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, dude, when you have a mentally ill person that has no evidence and they're attaching themselves to your channel, I'm not going to say names. Now you have to talk to that person every day because they're mentally ill. And like, you're their buddy now. And they're like, it's like, dude, why? You're just ruining your own life. For what? To be nice to someone that's crazy? Like, no, you don't be mean to them. You don't ignore them, but you don't attach yourself to a crazy person's claims, bro. You don't do that. Now you're that good videos and stuff you're doing, Patton, all that shit's erased because you want to be buddies with 20 crazy people, dude. Like all of the stuff you're doing is erased. The people click on these people's profiles like, okay, that lady's crazy, so I don't believe her story or I don't believe his story. Oh, they're friends with Patton? Like, come on, dude. You're discrediting yourself, and that's what you're gonna have to live with that. And that's, I don't know why you would want to do that other than you're protecting something. It just doesn't make fucking sense, dude. Like, okay, you don't want to call people fake. I get it. So why are you associating yourself with 40 crazy lunatics with no evidence on their channels except them ranting and being crazy and everyone's seeing that they're crazy, bro? Like, there's certain people you just look at and you just tell they're fucking crazy. It's not drugs. It's not a life of hardship. They are fucking nuts. And they don't know what gang stalking is and they make shit up, dude. Like, come on, bro. Why would you associate that if you're a realistic target? Attach yourself to that. It just makes sense. Like, I'm not attaching myself to Paul Toussaint because he's a violent fucking schizophrenic animal, dude. He doesn't have any lick of evidence on his channel. He carries around a baseball bat, wears a red hoodie, and says he wants to swing a bat at someone's fucking skull on his videos, incriminating himself. Well, like, oh, Paul, come on, man, come on over. No, I'm not going over there calling him fake either. I'm not making videos calling him fake. I'm not making videos calling him out. But targeting Patton isn't as common as you make it seem with all your crazy little friends, dude. And you know it. It's not as common as, and it's not perps, dude. It's people that are legit fucking have problems upstairs, dude. God bless them. But it's like, dude, I'm not wasting my time. Okay? That doesn't mean I hate someone. I'm not wasting my fucking time. I got enough going on for me to play caretaker for mentally ill people on the internet, dude. I'm sorry. There are crazy people on the internet. There are some in the TI community. It's that fucking simple. You don't have to say they're real. You don't have to attach yourself to them. That's worse than a perp. A perp is actually good because a perp saying the program is real. I'm fighting a cold. Jeff, the human pig, guinea pig, has a lot of really good information. What are you talking about? Now, the worst people are these, and I'm not talking about Abe, but I think Jeff, the human, these people that, again, good information on directed energy, but it's all motion based. Like, dude, Nerve Gorilla hasn't taught you anything. That's the main thing. We're using emotion and energy based stuff, and like, oh, like, dude, you act like Patton acts like no political parties is fucking real. Like the dude that's wearing a mesh net over his crotch. Like that's who Patton would attach himself to. Like Patton, you're here to make us look crazy, dude. Come on, just admit it. You want us to look like a fucking circus. Okay. So no more political parties. Is he real, dude? He has a mesh net. Like, think of what is the logic that you can explain to the general public, to your family members and friends? Oh, this is my friend. No more political parties. He has a mesh net around his crotch because of directed energy. He has a mesh safety net that deflects directed energy off of his private area because he believes that someone is hitting buttons in a fusion center, destroying his private area with electronic arrest. Dude, I want like people like that, like promoting that type of mindset. Not him. You need to be arrested, dude. Like I'm serious. Like Patton, if you're saying people like that are credible, like you need to be thrown in prison because you're level-headed. You know what you're doing, and you're just trying to get TI's 5150 at this point. That's all. That's all. You just try to get, if a target individual gives their testimony, they're attached to all these crazy people. They get 5150 and Nerve Gorilla calls a wellness check on you. If you're a new target, you post your credible evidence. Oh, well, Patton and his circus army of fucking psychotics, tarnish the fucking whole thing. Like, dude, I'm willing to abandon this because I see the writing on the wall. When a bunch of TIs say they want to commit violence, there's a bunch of people with mesh nets around their crotches talking about electronic harassment. And it's just to discredit my testimony. I'm not fighting all you people so I can look crazier than you. Like, I'm not going to fight all of this disinformation campaign so I can get to the top of the list of looking like a schizophrenic, bro. No, I want to live my fucking life. Leave me the fuck alone, please. I don't want to be associated with fucking schizophrenics. That is my right as a human being. That does not make me a bad person, Patton. That does not make me a bad person that I associate my testimony with one of a fucking delusional schizophrenic who can't even string a sentence together. Is drooling out their fucking mouth at a Brooklyn park. You can't make me. You're just like Abe. You're trying to force me into mental. You have to believe mental illness. No, I don't, dude. There's no evidence for it. The person that's talking about is not credible. There's such thing as a person that's fucking wrong on this planet. Just because someone agrees with you doesn't mean they're right on everything. Oh, we both believe in gangstalking, so I have to agree with everything he says. No, debate me, debate anybody. Now with me, with my gangstalking, this is what you guys do, because you guys flip the argument. You know my evidence is solid. If I'm making a claim about it, I'm one of the only TIs that can make a claim, I get this, and then show you it. So what do? Oh, you're destroying the community. You're destroying the community. No, the people destroying the community are the people that never learned about gematria, Pythagorean numerology, the psyops, the people attacking us, their attack profile. And it's the people that are fucking crazy, that don't want to listen to anybody. Hey, listen, Max or whoever, crazy guy. Okay, yeah. Okay, you think you're a target, but this is what gang stalking actually is, dude. It's people following you, like, who's doing it to you? So always their answer. They can't answer anything. You try to educate them so they don't hurt anyone, Patton. That's the whole fucking point. So they don't make a mistake. You don't just buy into the fucking delusions. Like, dude, Paul Tucson is swinging a bat around in the public, and you want him to hit someone. What if he's crazy and he's wrong? He needs to be educated. No, dude, you looked at a conspiracy and you thought it was happening to you with no evidence. Don't hurt nobody. Not, oh, everything you say is right. Yes, yeah. Everything's right, man. Everything in your head's right. Yeah, go out and hurt someone. And I'm not saying you're saying that, but that's the mindset, bro. It's not to discredit the TI testimony, but if you have no testimony, you're discredited. You don't know who's doing it to you. You don't know what's happening, who's doing it, what the patterns are, what the techniques. Nothing day by day is going on. It's safe to say that you live a normal life and you're fucking lucky. You saw something on the internet that you thought was happening to you. Do you have evidence? That's why we required the evidence. And we didn't take the word of everyone. Oh, just film a fucking one headlight and that's all you have to do. All you have to do is film one headlight and people can assume that you're real. No more. No, it's whatever your brain fucking says. Now go out and with a baseball bat and you swing it at the first fucking woman you see, dude. That's a gang stalker. Yup. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, I'm doing God's work protecting the public while going and suffering through this. And telling people that are delusional, listen, dude, I'm not making fun of you, but yeah, you're not being gang stalked, dude. And they say something stupid back. I'm like, all right, where's your evidence? What's happening? Talk, like, just like Nerve Gorilla, come tell me what's happening. Give your story out. Like, people like targeted individual fact channel. Like, it's safe to say, I don't know for a fact, but it's safe to say when I look back at his testimony, like day by day, I will say this. I'm not calling him a perp, or I'm not saying he's not a TI, but I will say this. Day by day, brother, ain't nothing happening to it. Admittedly, no one's vandalized your property. I asked you what patterns you get. What car patterns? Skip the question. What are they doing every day? Skip the question. So it's safe to say that nothing's happening that's really that serious for you to like really be saying, oh, obsession. These people are obsessed with me, but nothing's happening every day. How are they obsessed? Think about that. I'm going through shit every day, and I'm not saying these people are obsessed with me, which they are, but I'm not sitting here saying they're obsessed. They're obsessed. I can film it every day. They're doing the tactics every time I drive. I'm gonna go out for a drive in a little bit, and I can film the tactics right when I drive, bro. So these people like him are promoting violence, basically. Oh, they're upset, like they're huffing and puffing when nothing is happening. Like, okay, maybe you were targeted months ago. Nothing happening now? Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. Why do you have to talk about it? See how that works? It's to hype people up into violence, dude. And I'm trying to prevent that so we look credible. So when someone bad comes on like you and you have testimony of your brother, they're not like, oh, those are one of those violent mass shooters, TI people. Don't listen to anything they say because they just want to go out and shoot people. Like, dude, come on, man. We got the community saying Gavin Long is a real target. He's never even said anything about gang stalking. Gavin Long never had a testimony of gang stalking. He never had cars following him. He never had the license plates because he would have went ballistic if he would have went through the shit I went through. Ballistic, dog. He would have went. He did go ballistic, but he would have went even more ballistic the second it would have happened. He would have went out in his apartment. The second he would have noticed my gang stalking, he went out and did something. He was mad over Black Lives Matter. He was mad that the police were covering up the deaths of black people. He had a brand new apartment, thousands of dollars worth of guns. Money Mayweather had big ass flat screen, all the newest gadgets, and nothing was being vandalized. He never said a testimony. They came in my house and scratched my TV, or they scratched my nice shoes up. Nothing. And he's the real T.I., but Conspiracy Underground, the guy's been showing evidence for 3 years, he's the fake. No, dude, you are bad people. You want to hurt people because you feel powerless. So you find this gang stalking conspiracy. It's the excuse because, oh, it's everyday normal stuff that you're being attacked with. It's all a psyop to get you to hurt people. That was the main thing you learn when you first become a TI, that they want you to off yourself or to off other people. That's their main goals. Why are you promoting their goals? Why are you promoting Gavin Long, who's never had a testimony? I don't want to be associated with you, scum. Like, I don't give a fuck about this channel, dude. Like, that's your end game, is to hurt someone. All of those people you call perps are right. Nerd Gorilla, he's right. There's only been 2 TIs that I know of. I think actually I could think of like 4 that are like mass shooters. That's Aaron Alexis, who's definitely a TI. You talk about Elf Weapons. He worked at a Navy yard. The second person was Myra May. There's been a couple of people that have killed their neighbors too. I think one was called Arachna Nixon. But most of the time, like, if a TI is going to do something, it's to their neighbor that's synchronizing with them, that they believe is synchronizing with them. To go out to the general public, like, that's a little extreme. Like, and I'm not condoning either. You shouldn't do either. Both are wrong. But think about it. If your neighbor's synchronizing with you, they're in arm's reach. You think they have a camera in your house, or you think they're directly connected to the program. You think they're basically an agent. It would make sense to go after them, right? Which none of it makes sense, but I'm just saying. You have people in the community promoting, go out to the public and go annihilate as many people as possible. You're being gang stalked. The community. That's way worse than gang stalking, though. And I'm a TI, and I'm telling you straight up, I'm the real deal, going through it with proof, not you lying faggots. That is way worse. Now, hurting 1 or 2 people is bad. It shouldn't happen. It makes sense. Because okay, I think that's the specific gang stalker. They've been bugging me for a long time. And they're actually doing something. If you're going to even do that, like, you have to be a psycho to make that up in your head. Like, you just want to hurt people. Like, you're a psychopath, bro. You just want a reason to hurt someone. That's it. So it's a psyop. It's something to trick you to hurt someone. That's all it is. And again, it is real. I'm not saying it's fake, but come on, man. It's to make mentally ill people, because there's an agenda of gun control. Gang stalking is to make mentally ill people that are dumb enough to go out hurting innocent people. And I'm trying to prevent that as much as possible for your integrity, for the integrity of the public, the safety of the public. And we got people like King Manso saying, oh, well, I understand. I don't understand, though, because a car driving by you is not equal to mowing down 11 people at a shopping mall. Come on, man. Like, are you serious? That's the worst thing that's in society, is these events that happen where people are mowed down 5, 10 people. That's the worst thing you can think of in the entire world, dude. Murder, before that, it was just murder. Like, murder used to be scary. You would watch the news, you would see, oh, husband murder his wife and cut her body up. And that shit would hurt your heart. Like, oh my God, that's scary. Now we got TIs promote. If you go out and do that to 11 or 12 people, man, I mean, they shouldn't have followed you with those fucking red cards. Like, they had it coming. Come on. You people are Nazi filth. You are a Nazi. Like, you are equivalent to Adolf Hitler when it comes to what you want to do to these quote unquote gang stalkers, and you have no proof that they're gang stalking you. None. Not even circumstantial. Nothing. Besides your fucking head and your eyeballs watching a YouTube screen, a black screen on yourself. Why can't you critically think of what's going on? What is wrong with your fucking head? You got a whole community of people rooting on mass shootings over red cars and red shirts. And you don't see anything wrong with that. Like, dude, you prove yourself that you should be gangstar when you have that mindset. Like, you are flagging yourself as a threat to the nation, and they have a real reason to take you out now. A real reason to take you out. It's all part of their game. They planned it all out, dude. It's to make them look like the good guys. And Patton, people like Targeted Patton and his little flunky army of mentally ill patients are rooting for that. They're rooting for the program, dude. Rooting for it when you promote violence. And not you specifically, Patton, but your friends do. I know you don't, Patton, but your friends do, bro. They do. You know it, and don't lie about that. Your friends on the internet, maybe not every single one of them, but you know it's a fact because they're targeted individuals, are rooting for mass shootings, dude. Do you know how damaging that is to our reputation as TIs when you're talking about people that legit want to believe it? There's a whole Republican base and fans of Alex Jones, Steven Crowder, that know what gang stalking is. These people have money, they have influence, they're relatively intelligent compared to the TI community. I've been talking for an hour and a half, dude, without glass of water. Oh, you coughed twice in an hour and a half with the call. You are the perp, and I'm coming to hurt you. Okay, good guy. Yeah, you're the hero, T.I. You're the real fucking hero. You're the real hero, Targeted Tony. It's not the fireman. It's not the police officer. It's not the father and the mother that are busting their ass, fucking raising good children and shit and fucking working 2-3 jobs. It's not the fucking kid going to college to become a doctor to better their lives. It's not the person, the athlete. It's not the singer. It's the targeted individual. Facts channel. Those are the good guys, right? Okay. See, that's why I'm slowly disassociating myself. I've done it for over a year. I am no longer a targeted individual. I'm no longer a victim of this program. I am no longer providing evidence. I'm no longer doing anything. None of this shit matters. I just posted evidence yesterday of a Ford Fusion with 666 plates, dude. And the person was a total gangstar. Total. Like, I don't even judge people as gangstalkers that drive by. It was a lesbian with like a neck tattoo and face tats. Ford Fusion 666. Keep in mind, I've seen, because I posted that, I've seen maybe 10 666 plates, which I haven't seen in a while. This is based on me posting it on the internet. This is connected to a computer or some type of fusion center system. I'm showing the real targeting in real time. Yet again, these vehicles are dispatched. These license plates are either fake or they're dispatched somehow, but that's the raw deal of this fucking program. And again, have I promoted violence? Have I said you need to go out and hurt someone? No, dude, I'm going through rougher than any of you. You know, there's people that have way harder targeting and getting hit with more directed energy. And I do get hit with that shit. You just don't hear me cry and bitch about it. Because it's not a factor, dude. But that's not what my targeting is primarily about. It has to do with computing and different little things. But basically this, guys, like, I'm not promoting any violence. I'm promoting live a regular life, get a job. I'm working 3 jobs, dude. 3, dude. I have every opportunity to become a drug dealer, become a scam artist. I'm working 3 fucking jobs as I'm being targeted. I'm not complaining. I'm not crying. I'm just trying to knock off each one of my goals. But I'm the perp, right? If I have any little material success, I'm a perp. I sold out to a program. You guys are dangerous, filthy, fucking Nazi scum. You don't want another TI to have a car. You don't want him to have a house. You don't want to have a job. You're a Nazi. You're a brainwashed Nazi of targets. You want targets to live the worst possible shit life so you can feel bad, like you have a person, a little drinking buddy in the trenches. You can fucking throw your arm around his shoulder. No, you're a scumbag, dude. You're not a good person. You think everyone that has any type of success was given by some nefarious program that's targeting your narcissist, and you root for me. That's when you became my enemy. as a TI. When you root for mass violence and you know that ruins our reputation, it's every TI has done it over some cars and registers. You are a scumbag and you flagged yourself. You're an idiot. Now you're giving the program so much ammo to go after you. Oh, please, mass shootings are good. You're a scumbag. Fuck you people, man.